you know, uh, I'm sure people are going to hate me for saying this, but I think this shouldn't be your first job out of high school. Some people come into this and it's like they understand, they know how to work it and things like that. But I don't know, I feel like the stigma of always being looked at as predators or something. Oh, we're trying to get them all young and stuff like that. Like we're always gonna have that. But somebody 21, you've been through school, maybe you had a few jobs and stuff. I don't think this should be your first choice because it's such an easy choice, and then it's also the the damage it could have.
Well, and there's just a lot to navigate here.
There's a lot to navigate. I get it.
Well, and on top of it, it's the problem of the industry. It's like, no. The industry is comprised of multiple studios, multiple people, multiple agencies. Like, there are definitely some people who are like, no. I want that 18-year-old the second she graduates. And then there's plenty of people who are like, I don't think you should be doing this till you're 25.
Yeah,
And they're all in the industry.
Yeah. Look, money is making a lot of decisions, not morals. So we can have our opinion and everything.
Moral and legal are two separate things.
Yeah.
18 is legal. Moral is a different thing.
Yeah. It's like everybody, I understand people get to make the decision, and sometimes this job has actually saved a lot of lives or got them out of a situation that was way worse that nobody else was helping. So,
and it provides upward mobility for a lot of people that are kind of like prize fighting.
Yeah.
Like it definitely has brought some impoverished people to a much better place financially.
Yeah, and then they could do things that their parents couldn't do, or put them in a situation that even their parents their whole life couldn't achieve because they made this decision. So, look, people agree with me, not agree with me. I think being for what this demands of you in the long run, in the big picture, like I don't think a lot of conversations are had. It's kind of like once you're in, oh I'm in, well, I can't turn back now. It's just like, well, why would I?
Well, and it's also who you fall in with.
Yeah.
There's been a discussion on here many times, like porno 101.
No.
And if you fall in with the right people, you can have a very long career. You fall in with the wrong people, can burn you at both ends and in the middle.
Yeah.
Get as many scenes out of you as possible, and then forget who you are the minute you're shot out.
Yeah. You've seen it. I've seen it. That's a really hard part of this, because once like that whole fame and like you're beautiful and this is gone, it's just kind of like, the fuck just happened? It's like you step out and it's like, whoa, I was doing this for how long? And that's not happening anymore. And now I'm going to get desperate. I'm going to do desperate things because I got to survive and things like that. And I don't know. It's a touchy subject, and I definitely don't have the answer.
Oh, I don't either. I mean, I wish I did.
I wish I did too. I don't know. Like I always say union because, with the hope of some kind of camaraderie, we would like pull together and stop being like enemies for doing the same thing. We're all at the same risk and stuff like that. We all depend on each other in one way or another.
What would a successful union industry look like to you? What would it provide?
Healthcare and royalties. Like something that obviously we pay into. Like I'm a member of SAG-AFTRA, I gotta get like the deal with them in order to start benefiting off of their like benefits and stuff like that.
Like 25,000 a year?
You gotta get like a certain amount of hours and stuff like that. So I mean, that's different, like I've joined the union, I've been paying my dues, but like I haven't hit a certain amount of numbers where it's like, oh, I could get all the benefits of what being in that is. And that's difficult. That sucks. But I know that time will come and everything. So, but I would say some kind of safety net or something more to look for than just some guidance or something should be there for people in this, because whatever agency, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to tell you what they have to tell you. Not everyone's going to have the conversation of like, fuck you. And they might sugarcoat it or kind of say it a little bit, but it's come on, it's a way bigger like impact.
Well, I feel like most people who are trying to convince someone to get in is just going to sell the good and none of the bad. Like personally,
Of course, yeah,
I've had civilian friends over the years be like, "Oh, I'm thinking about getting into in the industry. Like, I feel like it's easy money." And I'm the first thing I do, the first thing I do is try to tell them every possible bad thing
yeah.
that can go wrong with doing this.
I constantly get emails from people saying I want to be in, and usually they're from India.
Of course.
But I take some, some people, I'll take the time and I'll be like, okay, well, you should try OnlyFans or something like that, simple by yourself and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, if I start to get into like all this and I explain it and I'm just honest with them, they usually don't reply back.
Well, yeah, because in
They're
their
like,
mind,
oh, this sucks. Wait, you just fucking,
yeah, the fantasy is to fuck the object of my lust and someone pays me for it. That's the illusion. That is the delusion. That is
yeah.
like, oh my God, this girl I masturbate to all the time, who I am in such lust with, someone would pay me to fuck her? Oh my God. Until I'm standing over you with a boom mic being like, fucking pop already. I want to go home.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I think a thing also, which it was kind of every now and then I would hear about, I'm going to say it, guys shooting up and stuff. And I understand people do this, and especially as you get older. But I hear a trend now in the industry, a lot of younger guys coming in, 18, injecting. I don't know if someone told you this or not, but you got about maybe 5 years before your dick never works again.
I mean, talk to Danny Wilde. Danny, like, that's why I'm fucking performing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like it's become more normal now within a few studios and agencies to actually, that's their opening. That's how they start them, and saying, if you're going to do this, you have to do this. So being naive and coming in, not having a conversation with anybody else and just seeing money and work. Yeah, that seems great, right? Oh, it's easier. I fucking think I just do this. It will not benefit you in the long run. So if no one's had this conversation with you, maybe you should start asking some questions, because if they're so easy to be like, don't worry about it, just do it. That's a fucking red flag, like there, right there, and you should be questioning it, because you got your whole life and you kind of fucking yourself. It doesn't go over well. From what I've seen over and over, it becomes a means to an end, and I get why people do it, because it's safety and you don't want to lose the safety. But the reality is, fuck you worse than anyone ever fucked you in your life.
Well, and the thing about it is, the people telling you this are not your friends. They're in business with you.
They want you to make money for them.
Exactly.
And the second you can't, you're gone.
Yeah, they will not return your calls.
No, you will not get booked. You will not, until you could figure out how to like get through it or something. But this is your life. That is your dick. Maybe be a little more careful with it.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Breaks.
I know. I'm asking people to my cock and pull my balls and all this shit. That's my own kink. I get it.
Well, in 43 years of life, I don't think I've been particularly careful with my dick, and like it's never been on film.
I know, but and if you're looking to never have a normal erection again, and you're like not even 25 yet, fucking be kind of like thinking about like what's worth, like, is it worth